Want to send a special shout out to our sponsors for tonight, Fairway Golf Culture with Joy Stewart. Please go check her out. And as always, to the Oh Yeah podcast, Candidly Speaking greeting cards. And we have a gift for our main act, Paris. This is for you. I hope you check this out.
Detroit.
Show her some love.
Y'all special.
Come on now. For real, for real.
I love y'all.
Y'all come back and check us out, man. Oh Yeah podcast. Thank you again.
What up, though? It's your girl, Paris Sashay on the Oh Yeah podcast. Make sure y'all tune in.
Oh yeah, I'll let your boy.
Damn, Q. Baby, you did that.
Welcome to the Oh Yeah podcast with your boy, Mr. Oh Yeah, Detroit's #1 ambassador. Appreciate you joining us for another episode of Real Stories from Real People. What up? Welcome to another episode of the Oh Yeah podcast with your boy, Mr. Oh Yeah, Detroit's #1 ambassador. Coming to you a new location for the night as we've had a great time at Detroit's House of Comedy. And I'm going to tell y'all, we got a guest on here who has inspired me today that we had to do an immediate interview to make sure we hear this story from her, as she's one of the new and upcoming. And when I say new, I don't know if that's an even good word, because she's been doing this a long time. And we just got through feeling that energy. If you wasn't here for it, you'd have missed out on it. Kim and Oh Yeah Experience put together a great show for you. Be looking for it the next time. But tonight, we were blessed to have T-Bar from Only in Detroit and Miss Paris Sashay, one of the representatives from D.C., and boy, did she just tear it down.
What up, though?
What up, though?
Listen, we done found some shit out tonight.
Man.
I didn't know we was going to do that.
It came all out.
Listen.
You know, as they say, you bring them out.
Yes.
But you brought out some other shit.
I didn't even, you know what? That's the thing about comedy. It's live.
Okay, it is.
Nothing is staged.
Nothing.
I had no idea what happened this way.
Man.
I've done this joke so many times. It never went the way it went tonight.
Don't tell them. They should have been here if they didn't see it. But for those who were here and saw it, you know what she's talking about.
Listen, if you wasn't here, just know Detroit white women are a different type of white women. I've never experienced these type of white women.
Ever in life?
Ever. I've been many places and seen many faces, but Detroit white women,
they just took
woo! But you know she had a black haircut.
Oh,
that's all I'm going to tell them. That's why she had a black haircut. So, listen.
Well, outside of that,
yes.
How has Detroit treated you today? And you've been here before, man. What is your relationship with Detroit? How has that been, man?
I like Detroit. Last time I came to Detroit 8 years ago, I went to the Kush Bar.
Okay,
I'll never forget it.
Here we go.
I'll never forget it.
Here we
You
go.
told me it don't exist, but I know vividly that I was in the bar on the roof with a big gun and a big security guard, and you couldn't come in there if you wasn't special.
And was you smoking good?
I was smoking, because they had a menu. I'll never forget. They slid me a menu like it was a drive-thru.
Holla at your boy.
Listen, it was a great time.
I'm glad you had a great time. I'm glad that you have a relationship with my city.
Yes.
I'm glad you have found a way to tear this motherfucker down.
Listen, we had a good time. We had a good time. I had a good day. I'm glad y'all brought me out. I feel like the people had fun.
Yeah. You did, man.
It's
You
a
put
good
on a
day.
show. I'm glad we had you. And the night is still young. We're still hanging out a little bit tonight, right?
Detroit showed me a good time. Show me a great time.
Why wouldn't we?
Listen, I'm ready.
The Oh Yeah podcast is about going over journeys from great people that are obviously doing great things. You one of them great people, man.
Thank
so
you.
we had to sit here just to chop it up even though we only got a little bit of time, we wanted to know, what was it about comedy that got you in this position? Because if I'm correct,
yes,
you shining, baby.
Thank you.
You killing it right now. I'm talking about HBO, Epics.
Yes.
Deals with Netflix.
Listen.
Working with some of the best, right?
Yes. I feel like hard work, dedication, and putting time in. I feel like you got to stay down until you come up. So I feel like I did the work.
Okay.
And now the people get to see the work that I've been putting in for 10 years.
Come on now.
So it feels good. You know, It feels good to be acknowledged, respected, and, sing.
Ooh, that was so political.
You seen that? And sing.
That was so camera ready. I ain't never.
Sing. I practiced this. I said, and sing.
That one. What was it for real, though? I want to go deep here real quick.
Okay. I always tell people that, honestly, I was always afraid of the camera. I had no idea that I would be standing in front of people, making people laugh. Yeah. If you would have asked me in college or high school to do an oral presentation, I would have told you no. I would have took the F.
It's not going to happen.
I'm going to get the A in the class, but I'm going to take the F for oral. It's going to balance out to a C.
And it'd be all right.
You'll be fine. But
I got through the class.
That's all that matters. So I went to Virginia Union 2 years, and I realized school is not for me. Okay.
And that D.C. native.
Yes.
I'm looking at your shirt right now where it says antisocial.
Yeah,
so that is representative of that, huh?
Absolutely. I love the people, but I'm not a fan of people.
Break that down.
I love the people, but I think that a lot of people don't do self-work. Okay. That's why they're not great people, and they're masked behind. Yeah. And it's just a lot of evil people, and you don't get to see that until later. Like, it's a lot of grown-up bullies that was corny in high school. Yeah. Then they became an adult, got popular off of social media. Yeah. Now they like mean girls and guys who would not have been these same guys had it not been for social media. So I love the people. Okay. But I'm not a fan of people.
Okay. I feel like, as you just said on stage tonight, your therapist taught you that.
Yeah, she told me that. Absolutely. My therapist allows me to open up and be vulnerable. Come on. She agrees with me.
Come on. Well, I was able to sit with you just a little bit today, and you did tell me a little bit about that Virginia Union walk. Yes. What took you there?
So I was the first person in my family that went away to college, living in D.C. I was like, let me go somewhere. Not home, not close to home. Yeah. Until I got in Virginia, and I was like, this is really down the street, honestly. Yeah. Like, I could still take a bus here. Yeah. So I went home every weekend, and at some point, I was just like, you got to pay for school. Okay. So I'm paying for this. I got a scholarship. Yeah. But then at some point, you still got to pay. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I didn't love it. Okay. So I'm like, I'm doing something I don't love, so I'm not going to do it the best I can do it because I don't love it. So I left. Okay. And upon leaving, I went like 4, 5, 6 months of just being outside. Just living a life, having a ball. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, you're an adult now. Yeah. So you actually have to feel. So like, I felt like I let my parents down. Yeah. But then also I'm like, beyond my parents, I still need to do something for me that makes me happy. Yeah. And I was at a hotel party with my friends, and I was just playing.
Being outside.
Yeah, that was that being outside. Yeah. Listen, I dated a lot of people. They sponsored a lot of dates and a lot of vacations. It was a good run, but I said, okay, it's time to do something. Yeah. And I'll never forget being at the hotel party, and I don't know why I was just in a silly mood, but I would not, for like 3 hours, I was cracking jokes. Okay. Like, everybody's dying laughing for 3 hours until they like, no, Paris, you're going to do comedy. Yeah. We're signing you up for open mics. And I'm like, I'm not going. I'm not performing in front of people. They signed me up for 7 open mics. I'll never forget. Okay. Because I only went to 1. The other 6, I said, that's between the people that's going to be there and God, because I'm not going to be there. Right. And the final one, my mom came to the show. And she said, you're going up. I said, I'm not. And I went to the bathroom, and I hid in the bathroom stall. And she got the host and told the host. And her and the host came in the bathroom and said, we're not going to start the show until you come out. And I said, oh, well, your show's over. Woo. And it's like 60 people sitting out there. I'm like, you gonna have these people waiting? Right. Because I'm not coming out this stall. Right. And then they start praying. And I'm in the bathroom stall like, oh, you got to bring God into this. Why you bringing God into this? But they, listen, when 2 or more is connected, what they say?
Come on now.
So those 2, he sent an angel out, and the bathroom stall just opened up. And I came out, and I said, I'm ready.
I said this to you. That's a movie script.
Listen, They prayed together, and they included me in the prayer. So I'm in there like, you ain't had to bring me into this. Y'all praying for y'all. But God said no. That door opened up. She said, do 10 minutes. I did 13 minutes. I'll never forget the feeling. Yeah. From there, I haven't stopped. Haven't stopped. That was 10 years ago. Yeah. It'll be 11 in October.
Yeah. This is what we call in the Oh Yeah podcast a journey moment.
This is a journey.
Yes, that was the moment.
That was the moment when you knew you were serving in your purpose. You knew you was doing the things that you.
It was a feeling I've never felt that feeling before. That feeling I had the first laugh. Yeah. I said, "Oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing."
Flat out.
That I felt it. It was that same spirit that opened that door. Yeah. Fluttered. Fluttered. Look at us.
Fluttered. She done went back to that political side on it. It fluttered.
It fluttered through me, and I said, "Oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing." Yeah. I felt it. The people felt it, and I just felt like it was like a genuine love. Yeah. Now I experienced love, but I've never experienced love on this level. Okay. So I said, "Oh, this is my purpose. Like this is what I was created to do."
I love that. When you told me that was inspiration. Mm-hmm. As even I have been looking at what's that walk? What is it for me? You know what I mean? To know that you experienced it and you was able to relate to it, see it, accept it, and then move forward. Yeah. That's real shit. Yeah. Yeah. So although scholarship to Virginia Union, you know what I mean? It was time to go.
It was time to go. I will say everything comes back around full circle because I did major in mass communication.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I felt like it still came back around to communicating. So it probably paid off. Maybe some of the things helped it, but I knew that sitting in the class and listening to a teacher was not what I needed to talk to the people about honest things.
And look at us now.
Look at us now.
I'm talking about you've performed at some of the best.
Yes.
I'm talking about between New York, D.C., L.A., they know who you are now. You've been able to work with.
You know, sometimes I like to flex a little bit. I would like to say I am an international comedian.
Come on.
I've performed in Canada. I've performed in Asia.
Yeah.
I performed in Malaysia. I performed in, where did I go? I performed in Switzerland.
Okay.
So we took it to Europe. So I've been a few places. Yeah. Yeah, I've been. I've done some things.
Wait a minute, I was about to jump ahead of the game here, but I like with a little bit of stunting. So
a little bit, not too, just a little.
I like the humble energy.
Just a little pepper.
I like the humble energy.
Just a little pepper shaker.
I like that. I like that. That's something to stand on. Yes. Confirmation of the feeling that you got when you heard them laughs, right?
Yes.
And from there, you've been able to move on from it, right? Mm-hmm. And your own specials, right?
Yes.
And some of the greats. We're talking about Wanda Sykes. You had a chance to work with.
So I got picked to do the Just for Laughs Festival, which is it's like the all-star game of comedy. Yeah. It's in Canada.
Montreal, right?
Montreal.
Yeah.
And I never auditioned until I moved to New York. First time I auditioned, I got it. Yeah. Another thing was confirmation, you're supposed to be doing this. Yeah. Went there, performed. Little Rail reached out to me on Instagram. Shout out to Lil Rail.
Shout out.
And he was like, you gonna be here, stay an extra day, do my show. Did his show. Wanda was in the crowd. Wanda comes out the back, I like you. I get a call the next week, Wanda picked you to do Epics, to do the special. You got a choice to do it in DC or Portland. I'm gonna do it at home.
Why wouldn't I? I am from DC, huh? No, excuse me. You are from DC. I'm from Detroit. I don't want the people to. I'm Detroit. I don't need no issues out here. What up, dope? What up, dope? But you also, to my understanding, and please correct me if I'm wrong, Tiffany Haddish has even showed you mad love as well, right?
I forget about that sometimes because that's when the world shut down. Okay. And I had no idea. Okay. My relationship just ended and people calling me, sending me messages. And I'm like, what's going on? Okay. And my mom called me. Yeah. My mom again, she called me like, have you seen Tiffany Haddish? She said your name. I'm like, my name? I watched it. I'm like, that's crazy. Right. I'm single and this just happened. Confirmation I'm supposed to be single. I'm supposed to be single. That was God. Listen, be single.
Everybody's calling me now.
They calling me now.
Everybody.
You said I was going to win, baby. Yeah. Tiffany.
That's right. Let them know. What's up? That's
So yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So that was a thing. That was I had to watch it a couple times to really accept oh, it's real.
I love that.
So yeah, I toured with Dick Gregory, a legend, when I first started. I was one of the first people. So that's history.
That's right.
Roy Wood, Michael Che. I say a lot of good people.
Yeah.
I say a lot of.
I guess what the question is, and I know we don't have a lot of time, so
Yes.
when I look at going across that journey, and I say this in every episode, I know people look at certain things, especially with social media right now.
Yes.
They look at you as like a freaking highlight film, right? And they just expect that, oh, I can do that, without understanding the grind, right? You deciding to go to school, regular 9 to 5,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? You done been through all that, right? And being able to say, you know what, even though I put a plan in place here, and I went to school, I did this, but I recognize this wasn't for me.
Yes.
This ain't my passion.
Yes.
You had to start a whole new grind.
Right.
You left school, decided to, put the work in and move into New York as well, right?
Right. I feel like it's a thing of belief. I feel like when you're deciding to step out on faith, you got to believe in yourself. It's mental.
Yeah.
So it's not a thing of like, it's not, the first couple of years, it wasn't about money. Because I knew the money would come.
Yeah.
So it's like I could want the money now, but this is going to be nothing.
Yeah.
If I put in the work now, the money that's going to come later is going to be triple that.
Come on
Because
now.
now I'm getting paid for the money that I did not get then.
Yeah.
So I wasn't in it for the money. That's how I knew it was a passion. Because I was really in it to do it because I felt like it was a gift that I needed to give. And I think if you don't walk in your gift and live in your purpose, then you're being selfish.
What the hell are you doing?
What are you doing?
This is the question.
Yes.
Seeing that.
Yes.
Understanding that decision.
Yes.
And now, even getting off this stage right now, hearing the laugh, seeing how people receive you, right?
Yes.
Knowing that you're working with some of the best and some of the great, and really walking in your purpose. How does that shit feel?
It feels unreal. I feel like that's why I'm humble. Because I feel like the moment that you're not humble, it could be taken away. Because I feel like it's a thing of like, I always look back on it and be like, okay, 3 years ago, you couldn't tell me I would be here.
Yeah.
10 years ago. 5 years ago, you couldn't tell me that if I didn't move to New York, this would be it. So I feel like it's always like I'm always grateful. Like I'm always grateful for the people. I always thank God because I feel like honestly it's bigger than us as humans.
Come on now.
So it's always a thing of like I make sure I pray before I do anything because if it wasn't for God, it wouldn't be me.
Yeah.
So I just think that it's just a thing of just understanding that if you walk in your light and live in your purpose, then what is meant to happen will happen.
Look at that glow.
You see that?
Look at that glow. There you go.
You
Let
see
them
that?
see it, baby.
Come
Let
on
them
now.
see it.
Listen, I didn't just get here.
You ain't just
So
get here.
I feel like putting the work in and understanding that I think if you believe in yourself more than anybody believe in you, then you can get where you can go. Because a lot of people project and put their failures on you.
Yeah.
And when you following a dream, that's negative.
Yeah.
And sometimes it make you feel like, oh, I can't do that.
Right.
I believe that I can do anything I put my mind to, and if I pray about it and it's meant to happen, everything will happen in due time.
I feel like we should start a nonprofit now.
Listen,
I think
it's
you
in the works.
I think you got it.
It's in the works.
Come
I'm helping
on
the
now.
youth. It's coming.
Come on.
It's coming.
I feel like you got the video, you did the
Listen.
commercial. Don't do drugs, kids.
Do not
You know what
do
I mean?
drugs unless
Listen.
it's weed.
Okay.
Because that is medicine from God.
Come on now. Tell the people what's next. Where can
Listen,
they find you? What's up?
I just put out a new YouTube special
Yeah.
called That's Wild. It's on YouTube. Type it in. That's Wild, Paris Sashay.
Yeah.
I just did a voiceover project a couple months ago. That's supposed to come out on a big network. So that should be dropping sometime this year. And I'm working on a couple different scripts. So I feel like the people will see more. This I haven't even touched the surface.
Yeah.
I've just stepped on the concrete.
On the concrete.
How that sound?
You don't want to, you can break our little headlines out here on the
I
Oh Yeah
know
podcast.
y'all can follow
now.
me. Listen, follow
Follow
me.
you
Oh
where?
Yeah podcast everywhere at Paris Sashay. Everything at Paris Sashay. ParisSashay. That's Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Venmo. Listen.
Oh boy, Venmo.
Yeah, keep it going. Listen, Apple Pay. How you feel? Whatever your spirit says to do.
That's right. Come on.
So yeah, no, follow me everything and my website, official Paris Sashay. So
what's up.
it has everything I've done and everything that's upcoming.
Any other messages for the white people of Detroit?
Whoo, white women of Detroit, you got to be better, okay? I need you to understand that tonight Rosa Parks definitely took 3 spins in the dirt. Hear me out.
The irony of it is Rosa Parks and
That
her relationship
privilege.
here in Detroit now. You know what it is.
Listen,
Come
that
on,
privilege is just, ooh,
It's different.
be better. White women, I just say be better.
Paris Sashay, thank you.
Paris Sashay, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
In Detroit.
Absolutely.
Showing us some love, as
All
well
love.
as hanging out with us on the Oh Yeah podcast.
Definitely.
I hope that you keep us somewhere on your calendar. When
Oh,
you come
absolutely.
back
Oh,
and
yeah.
hollering at us.
How you like that? Oh, yeah.
Say no more, baby. Thank you. That's it with the Oh Yeah podcast. Come back and check us
Thanks.
out, baby.